Good morning. So I am getting ready to head out on a hike, and I have had several questions asking what I do to share where I'm going to be, what that process looks like as I head out for a hike. So I'm going to share this morning exactly what I do as I get ready to head out on this hike to Castle Peak. And I don't know if I'll have cell service. So, obviously whether I have cell service or not, as a female hiking alone, or anyone hiking alone for that matter, I think it's extra important to always take safety precautions, let somebody know where you're at all times. So here is what that looks like for me at this point. I stopped for a quick break before I got too far out, just to take a quick bathroom stop and send a text to my boyfriend with the exact link from AllTrails of the map of the route that I'll be using. So I sent that to him. I told him that I would send a pin of where I parked the car at, and as long as I've got cell service, that should go through. But if it doesn't go through, he already knows where the trailhead is that I'll be at. So I told him I would be leaving by 9 from the car. It is now 8:31. I'm recording this, going to get my things together. I'll be out probably in 15 minutes. So a little earlier, doesn't matter. And I've given him an end time of when I believe I'll be done. So this particular hike, I'm allowing myself a lot of time because I want to take videos, photos, enjoy the scenery. And this one is probably my first really big test for elevation sickness. So I padded my time significantly on this one. I have not done a hike that is this steep with this much elevation gain. And at this particular elevation, this is about 9,100 feet. So, it's a lot to test my body. So I'm going to take it slow if needed and go from there. So because of that, my end time, I've told him, is around 2 to 3 p.m. and that I will text him when I get back to the car. That is always the rule, so that way he knows I'm safe again. And that would send off, raise alarms if I'm not heard from by that time. So if I'm going to be longer, then I find some way to message. There's satellite capabilities via, iPhones these days. Not necessarily the easiest to use, but if I was going to be significantly longer, I'm definitely going to do my best to try and reach out. So that all said, that message is sent. It took me 2 minutes, probably too long to explain that because it literally is so fast. I send a link, I send the time I'm starting and the expected time back. Then once I park the car, and I do this on all of my more remote hikes, I always put a pin on my Apple Maps. And in fact, I'm going to do that right now. Open this up. And for those of you that are iPhone users, this will be a really simple thing to do. You just click, to add a pin, and I don't know if it'll show here, but it shows I'm at Castle Peak. And so it gives coordinates of exactly where I'm at, and then I can share that. So I've added that pin as a marked location. I can take a screenshot or forward that to him, which I will be doing here in just a moment. So, it's not like we have back and forth text on it. In fact, we pretty much don't communicate on it. It's really just more like sharing where I'm at. So fast, easy, done. And then, God forbid, doesn't hear from me, he knows exactly, or search and rescue or whatever, authorities, whatever needs to be involved. They know where my car was, the planned route. So 2 very simple, very easy things to share that take literally less than a minute of my time, but are such a good preventative measure. And if we should need help later, if something comes up, it really helps narrow down for anyone who's looking exactly where I should be found at. So that's the method to my madness currently. If you have tips and ideas of things that you think should be added to it, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear. I feel like this is really such an important thing to be a community about sharing. So if you want to add and contribute to this, I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas. So drop them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this content and feel like this would be useful, I'd be so privileged if you would consider subscribing to my channel. All right, let's go do this hike. I'm so excited for this hike, you guys.